It's the Wrestling Caucus. I'm Peter A.
Smiley Ariaga.
Don't forget to subscribe anywhere you get podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts. We're all there. And make sure you follow the Wrestling Caucus on Facebook and Instagram at the Wrestling Caucus and on Twitter at Wrestling Caucus. And Money in the Bank was last night. We're recording this the Monday after Sunday's show. And initial thoughts, Smiley?
I thought it was a pretty fun show. I was really surprised, and I was very satisfied with the fact that it wasn't a 4-hour show. It was only 2.5 hours, shorter than Raw, which is amazing. I did love the Money in the Bank match way more than I thought I was going to. It was very entertaining. Lots of great brawling, hilarious spots. Some stuff I could have done without, but I did like some of the matches that took place in the Performance Center. But I keep thinking about, if you have a show where a ring is on top of a building, I would have just had all the matches take place there. I don't know. That's just me.
Yeah, I think that the duration of the show was one of the many stars of the show at under 2.5 hours, which is just amazing. I can't tell, because again, I fell asleep midway through because the emptiness of the no crowd and just match. It was just the silence was so loud. It kind of took me out. And when I woke up again, I watched Insecure, and then I rewatched what I missed from the show. The whole pay-per-view was very short, so I was able to rewatch what I missed. But I thought, the Money in the Bank match was very creative. There was things I didn't like about it, which we'll talk about. But it was a change of pace. It was a different scenery. There was music. There was ambiance. Some of the matches that took place at the Performance Center were pretty good, but some of them weren't all that memorable. But it was just, there was no... the only thing that was different from Raw and SmackDown is that the ropes were white and the LED said fucking Money in the Bank, and there was ladders everywhere.
I didn't notice they changed the color of the ropes.
Yeah, that was it.
I didn't notice that.
It was like watching Velocity. It was Velocity with a well-worked Velocity. That's what it was. They need...
at least Velocity had the SmackDown set, with the big fist and everything. At least that was, more interesting than this set.
No, Velocity was just SmackDown, but green, which is fine. But that's what this was. Money in the Bank was just Raw, but it was green Raw. That's what it was. I think at least for all the pay-per-views that going forward, at least until COVID just takes a vacation or something, there needs to be some sort of change of scenery with these shows. I can't be watching Raw on Sunday. If you want me to take 2.5 hours or 3 hours, make at least something aesthetically that's different. I don't know. I'm just
the only change they made was that they flicked the switch and made everything green.
I mean, I love what they're doing with at least the attraction of the show. WrestleMania, Undertaker, AJ, they did, a unique cinematic experience. The Firefly Funhouse was very, very creative, even though it was controversial. But it was such a sharp change in pace that I loved. I'm not a fan. I'm not I'm not gonna subscribe to the belief that just because it's different, it's good. But in this case, when WWE has gone a different route with some of these matches, like the Money in the Bank, the Boneyard, and the Firefly Funhouse, to me it worked. It was very entertaining. Crowd in wrestling is very important, but when you don't have the crowd, this is your chance to be very, very creative. Adding some sort of other element to it that's gonna keep me watching. The balls, you can do whatever you want. You don't have to just do an evergreen show Monday, Friday, and Wednesday. The same thing, just with a different color set, and the promos are exactly the same as they would with a crowd. We had Truth last night just doing his whole thing without no crowd because the joke is he's an idiot and he doesn't realize that there's no people there or whatever the thing
Has that been his character for years that he's a moron?
I mean, I love Truth. I think he was great last night too.
It's not his fault.
But it's just dude, we need to do these shows we need to acknowledge that there's no people, and be creative. But other than that, the show was...
I will admit, the only things that this show that I just didn't see, or I missed, or just skipped over, the R-Truth match. I didn't even know he fought MVP. And the tag match. The tag match. I admittedly, I didn't see it. And I was like, oh, I missed it. Like, I didn't really go back to watch it.
The tag match wasn't even the worst part of the show. The tag match was fine. It wasn't memorable. You know, I
was going to ask what happened because I didn't see it.
It was just a match. But the best thing about that match was that, the New Day won, but they didn't pin the Forgotten Sons, which is great. So now you can probably do something with them and New Day for a pay-per-view or two. I'm open to, because I really believe in the Forgotten Sons, especially Jackson Riker. I think he's great. He has a great look and he's convincing. And
what's wrong with the name Gunner?
Gun.
Oh,
yeah.
Like, it could be like a cool finisher name. Like, if his name was Gunner, like the Gunners. I don't know.
The Bandolier.
The gun. No, the Bandolier is much better.
Yeah. I mean, that's why the War Machine is the Viking Experience or whatever they are now.
Yeah,
they're the Viking Experience now?
Like
the Viking Raiders.
The Viking Raiders. Oh,
yeah.
No, like, but even when they changed the War Raiders, it sounded sort of cool. And Viking Raiders technically is like an act, like, you know, back in the days, Vikings were they worked some of them were called Viking Raiders. So, yeah, but still, it's just like like compared to like going from Viking Raiders, like going to that from War Machine. Is a very hard change.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, imagine like if they. Well, I guess another example would be like how like DJZ has become Joaquin Wilde, or Shane Strickland to what the hell is Isaiah Swerve Scott.
That's another podcast for another day. So some of the stuff that at least to me that stuck out, especially on the Performance Center side, was Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins. I thought they worked very hard. It was like a fight. They beat the living shit out of each other. And I think Seth Rollins is really coming into his character. And, you know, I actually wouldn't mind seeing them wrestle again. I don't know.
No, I wouldn't mind either. Yeah. I do not like Seth's new theme, but, I don't know. Yeah, like, bad wrestler themes always distract me. Like, always. Like, even when I try to think about it.
I mean, if his new theme gets an overwhelmingly negative response, you know, they'll probably change it.
Like, you remember when they changed Big Cass's thing?
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
Holy Christ.
Yeah, I mean, it was awful.
I mean, it was funny, but it was like, good lord.
But, I mean, the second theme that they used was generic as all hell, but it was better than the theme they had before. But yeah. I have no real problem with this new set theme, but I don't know. Anything can happen. They can change it tonight on Raw, so...
Yeah, I don't even know what they would change. Like, you notice how they added they added LED screens in the crowd where seats used to be. They added some more LED screens in the crowd where seats used to be. Like when they started filming Raw and SmackDown more in the Performance Center. Like in certain spots where seats used to be, they had just more LED screens.
Oh, right. The pillars.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm not crazy. I was like, wait a minute, why are they adding more LED? Whatever. But, it's set design is a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
But I did love, like I said, I love the WWE headquarters space. Like, I love that setting. Like, every floor was something different. Like, it just felt like a whole new show. Like,
yeah.
I was very pleasantly surprised with the match.
Yeah. What else happened that was interesting on the Performance Center side?
The greatest women's right ever. Like, the greatest women's right
spot. The Money in the Bank match, which we'll talk about. You know what? I did kind of... There were some things about the Universal title match, Bray and Braun. I liked it a lot more than I thought I was going to like it. I thought it was fine. I mean, I'm not going to say, go out of your way and watch this. But I will say this about that match. Okay, they got no crowd. But I like that the Firefly Funhouse characters were in the crowd. I thought that was really cool. I think they should do more stuff like that. I mean, it's another thing that's like...
they were doing stuff like that when they were building the feud with John Cena. They had, like, the puppets in, like, the crowd and stuff.
Yeah, I like that. I think it's great, you know?
I just didn't like how they... because, like, Bray Wyatt's character, like, he's, like, you know... The Fiend is the one that goes out into the ring and does, like, you know, and hurts people. But then you have, V-neck sweater Bray Wyatt beating the crap out of Braun Strowman. I think, okay, the Fiend has to kill this guy.
Fiend?
Yeah, so I'm saying, like, if V-neck sweater Bray Wyatt can beat the crap out of Braun Strowman and still lose, the Fiend has to murder him. You know what I mean? Like, it was just kind of taking me out of the match. Like, why is this Bray Wyatt beating up Braun Strowman?
Yeah, I think that
And they were grappling. They had like the match opened with a freaking like.
I think that if you're gonna do regular Bray versus Braun, I think Bray should just be like selling for Braun. And then, like, Bray just kind of cowards out. You know, he doesn't want to wrestle
because he's the show host. He doesn't fight.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, Braun should have been, like, squashing him. And then, like, the puppets scare him or something. Like, I don't know. It would have been, like, it probably wouldn't been just as goofy, but it would have made, to me, it would have made more sense to Bray Wyatt's character.
Yeah, I mean, if they wrestle again, which maybe they will, if they do wrestle again, the Fiend has to come out. I mean, if they bring out the Fiend again, he has to win. You know?
Yeah, if Bray Wyatt fights Braun Strowman again, it has to be the Fiend.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But it was fine. It wasn't like it was quick. It was 1, 2, 3. They got in. They got the fuck out. They did the whole sheet mask thing and whatever.
It didn't feel that quick, but it could have been longer. It could have been longer.
Yeah. No.
I mean, I'm not saying it should have been longer. Yeah. It could have felt longer, but it did feel like a little. All right, okay.
Yeah. They wrapped it up when they were supposed to, which was great, but. I think that was it. You know, the tag team match, I guess.
Oh, Cesaro versus Jeff Hardy was good.
It was a pre-show. I saw the tail.
I actually wanted to actually watch that. It was pretty good. Like, I don't know, like it's what you'd expect with Jeff Hardy and Cesaro. They're gonna have a good match. Like, it just sucks that wasn't on the show.
Just put that on SmackDown.
Oh my.
Give people a reason to watch SmackDown. You know, this is the thing. Like WWE, sometimes they don't treat their legends with. I'm not saying they're not treating Jeff Hardy well. I think they did a great job the past couple of weeks with Jeff Hardy, like playing those little vignettes from the Hardy 24 about...
Yeah, just to have him return to pay-per-view on the pre-show?
Yeah, exactly. That's bad. But overall, like, I think it's great that they kept his name relevant on the show. But I think that if you're going to have Jeff Hardy return to the ring on pay-per-view, it has to be a big deal. That's Jeff freaking Hardy, man. Like, look what they're doing with Edge. Like, Edge hasn't appeared on television since WrestleMania. And... think about Edge wrestling after 9 years is a big fucking deal. And all the shit that he went through the past decade, when he comes back, it has to be a big deal. Like Lesnar coming back. There has to be a purpose. They need to do the same thing with Rey Mysterio and Jeff Hardy. It has to be a big deal when these people come in because these people are big deals. They're attractions.
And like another thing, I know I mentioned this when we were going live on Instagram. Like, if you're building something between him and Sheamus, why didn't that happen at Money in the Bank? It's Jeff. If they're building Sheamus to be like this tough guy, why not have him fight Jeff Hardy on his return match on pay-per-view?
Yeah, I think
you're gonna save the Sheamus for a later date?
I think they're gonna. Yeah, I actually don't mind that they didn't do it at Money in the Bank because I think the Money in the Bank card is already established. We don't need more. Less is more. So them doing it at like Backlash or something is fine. Great. Whatever.
I hope they do it at Backlash.
My thing is, I don't necessarily care who Jeff Hardy's. Well, I do care who he's wrestling, but I think if Jeff Hardy's on pay-per-view on TV, it's got to be announced ahead of time, and it's got to be a purpose to it. You know.
I don't know. I think plus they can. They could have come up with someone other than Sheamus, but whatever. Those are the cards we're dealt.
Yeah.
I guess.
So, the Money in the Bank match, which we thought, like we said on Instagram Live. Well, by the way, thanks to everybody who joined us on our Money in the Bank preview on Instagram Live. And we might do another one, so make sure you follow us on Instagram at the Wrestling Caucus. But anyway, the Money in the Bank match was highly entertaining. And like we said, I thought it was going to be a clusterfuck because they said everything's going to happen at the same time. I'm like, oh, fuck, it's going to be a big mess. But I thought the way they did it was very creative. Like, they had the women, they did one shot where they had the women entrances, then another shot with the men entrances.
No, like, they had, like, some of the mix. Like, they had, like...
a little bit. A little bit. Yeah, they mixed a little bit. But overall, I thought it was really cool. And Asuka, man.
She was the smartest person in this whole match.
That was so
She was the smartest person.
I liked when, they announce Asuka and you hear her music, but you don't see her. Then they cut to the men's side, and here comes Daniel Bryan, and they got all the men, and then they go back to the women's side, and then where's Asuka? And there she is, and she's on dives over.
She's standing right above them, where she should be. At least that's what I think. Man, there's so many things I love about this. Like, the whole Dana Brooke when she grabbed the money in the bank, literal money in the bank. Like I'm like, I don't know, like just if I were her, I would have took that shit and left. You know, he's like, but I didn't really care much for the Stephanie McMahon spot.
Oh, that was stupid.
Like, ha ha ha. Oh, Dana's the geek, right?
Okay.
Like a geek.
For weeks and weeks, they've told us that these guys are gonna battle throughout the towers, throughout Titan Towers. They're gonna go up to the roof and then grab the
contract was shown on the roof. Why would you think?
And then Dana Brooke is in the office, and then she grabs this briefcase full of money. She's like, "Oh my god, I won! Looks like I won."
You know the contract is on the roof.
Like,
you know that.
And then Stephanie's like, "Clean it up, Nia's jewelry." I'm like, what? What are they doing?
I did laugh a lot when I heard that. That was unbelievable.
I was like, Dana Brooke's an idiot.
God. No, but like it's not her. I feel so bad. Like, why are you making her look stupid?
Yeah, her character is an idiot. That's what I'm saying.
I like the spot where like I know I'm jumping around. Like the spot where like they're all leaving the food fight. I hate food fights. I don't give a shit. It's 2020. I don't want to see another food fight.
I actually like the food fight. This is why I like the food
You're
fight.
gonna waste all that food in a time like this?
Oh yeah. Okay, that's bad. But here's the thing.
Oh yeah.
When they were like they're all brawling, I thought it was a good like break in the action. It was like a nice little interlude when everyone's just having. I thought it was fun. That's what I thought. I thought it was cool.
Yeah, but like, what's more fun? They're already having a match in the corporate headquarters, going to a ring on the roof. What's more fun than that?
Yeah, I thought it was quick. I thought it was funny. I thought it was entertaining.
I thought it was funny when Shayna was choking Rey Mysterio. I thought
that was great. Yeah, that was hilarious. That was great.
But like the spot where they're all leaving, and I'd see Dana Brooke. Oh, they're gonna make her slip, and she fucking slipped. Oh man, but like jumping back to when like she left the room after Stephanie, supposedly after she left. Wait a minute, did Carmella get punched after Stephanie's cameo?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that was the best women's right punch spot I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was awesome.
With Carmella walking out, bam!
That was great.
Like that was incredible.
I like when AJ Styles was traumatized by The Undertaker. I thought that was cool because Undertaker did bury him alive. So I think it's great that he's selling the after effects of that match. I think it's fucking great. I love that.
It was kind of cool how Aleister Black was the one that locked him in there.
Yeah. So what did you think about the cameos? Like we saw Brother Love, Bruce Pritchard. We saw John Laurinaitis. We saw Doink the Clown. We saw Paul Heyman.
The Paul Heyman one, was funny. I mean, I guess they had to incorporate Paul Heyman somewhere. I didn't care much for the. I guess the other ones. I mean, the People Power one was with John Laurinaitis. I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah, and Otis pied him in the face. That was funny. I was
saying, like, why aren't you all going to the roof? But whatever. I mean, I don't know. It was fun. It was funny. Like, you know, but I'm just saying, like, wait, why are so many guys like not like Asuka was like in the elevator during this time, wasn't she?
Yeah. Yeah,
like, well, why aren't you guys like going to the roof? I don't know. I guess they had to meander.
It's what I thought it was. I thought that the whole thing was going in. This is the first time the audience, the viewers, are seeing WWE headquarters as part of the show, as part of the pay-per-view.
Yeah, keep saying it. Keep going.
So, I think that they like, for a lack of a better term, they kind of kayfabe the WWE headquarters. So it was. I felt like I was watching like a Halls of Illusion kind of thing. Like you saw like Brother Love just there, things from WWE's past.
Yeah. Like relics, like because you were talking about cameos. I just remembered the Vince McMahon cameo was hilarious.
That was fucking great.
AJ Styles and Bryan Danielson beating the crap out of each other.
And they were like selling like Vince's reactions, like, "What are you doing here?" Or something like that.
What do you mean? What are you doing here? You've been promoting this match for months.
He was angry. And then they were like just trying to be good employees. They put the chairs back, and then AJ was like, "It's like, why'd you put the chairs back?" And Brian was like, "Why'd you put the chairs back?" And he was like, "Yeah, you're right." And then he started beating the shit out of each other.
No, he was like, "Yeah, I did that. I did."
Yeah, I did do that. Bam. That was money.
That was great.
That was so great. And things like that where it's like a break in the action, it's kind of fun. I think that's cool when it in doses. That's the one thing I will say about
you saw Danielson do his bow when he left Vince's office.
It was great.
Oh my God.
That was money.
That was like so Bryan Danielson.
I think, it was just, the cameos were just right there. They didn't overstay their welcome. They were just quick, a few seconds. They didn't take away from the focus of the matches to get the briefcase. But I just love that they were just a bunch of people beating the shit out of each other for a cause. They want the briefcase for the title, and I thought that was really great. There was nothing too fancy about this.
One. Oh, wait, were you guys?
No, go ahead.
No. I love when Baron Corbin. I always give Baron Corbin shit for being uncharismatic, but like when he broke that mirror. The look of terror in his eyes, I'm like, oh shit, I just got 7 years bad luck, was like very like the most believable thing I've ever seen him do. Yeah. I was like, oh shit.
I didn't even think about that, and I thought Otis was great here too. Otis
was awesome.
Yeah.
Otis was so funny. He fucking crushed AJ, and then Rey Mysterio was like, I'm not gonna help you.
He was like, help, you gotta help me. You gotta help me. AJ Styles is so great. He's so awesome. Entertaining, man.
He's amazing.
Now I can't get that out of my head when he's talking to Brian. He's like, yeah, I did do that. Bam! Yes!
Oh my God. There are a lot of fun spots in this match. When they got to the roof, like when Asuka was going up to the ladder, why did Baron Corbin try to stop her?
That's a good fucking question.
Why did he try did he forget?
Baron Corbin's like, stop, no.
I'm gonna chalk it up to two things. He was just being a stupid man and just didn't realize, okay, you can grab your briefcase while I grab mine, or maybe he forgot that which briefcase he was supposed to grab. He was trying to grab the white, but wait, is that me? Like, no, you moron! And Asuka was like, you idiot! And then smacked the crap out of him. That was great.
I didn't get it. I didn't get that.
No, I just didn't understand. Yeah, why would you try to stop her? Is it because he's a bad guy? He's being a meanie? I don't understand.
There are two briefcases there.
There were a lot of idiots in this match.
Yeah, they were trying to tell us. Idiots. They were trying to tell us that WWE employees are idiots. That's what they're trying to tell us.
Except for Asuka, I guess, and Aleister Black, because they were trying to go to the top. And Otis, I guess Otis understood the point of the match.
Yeah, like we were saying before, sometimes on the WrestleMania show, I think ladder matches, some modern day ones are just kind of spot fests. Stupid. Just doing one stupid thing, one crazy thing after another, and you just forget what's the point of the ladder match? To grab the belt, or to win the match.
No.
There was none of that here. No. That's what I'm saying.
Thing is, some ladder matches like this show that you don't even have to climb the ladder to win the match.
Oh yeah, because Baron Corbin and AJ Styles both grabbed it, and our hands slipped, and Otis catches it. It's like, no, I think, okay, I hated that. I didn't like that at all.
Oh,
but at least, can you imagine if Otis didn't catch it, and then you see all these guys racing to pick up the briefcase.
Then what the hell is
that would have been disastrous. Okay, him just catching is like, okay. But, yeah, go ahead.
Here's the thing. If you're going to have a spot with AJ and Baron fighting over the briefcase at the top, have it be between them. Why do you have to drop it to Otis, somebody who didn't even climb the ladder? And I guess this is another thing that makes Asuka look smart in this match. Is okay, I'm gonna make sure everyone leaves the ring before I climb the ladder, because I'm not dealing with any stupid bullshit. I know how you people work with this, so I'm just gonna be the only one that grabs the briefcase. And she didn't let anyone get in her way, not even Baron Corbin.
I can't be, with the women's side, Asuka just grabbed the briefcase
and won the match. She won her briefcase.
This is the second time in a row where WWE why does a ladder match, at least on the men's side, have to have an inconclusive finish? It's a ladder match.
It happened with Carmella. Remember, when she won the Money in the Bank and they had to redo it on SmackDown because they fucked it up so badly?
What if they do that this time? What if they have another ladder match on SmackDown or Backlash or something?
Fuck.
But ladder matches are supposed to be definitive.
You climb the ladder to get the thing on top. You don't climb the ladder and then if it drops.
Look, this is not as bad as the Hell in a Cell match that had no ending, but having a ladder match that had an ending like that, it's almost like you're saying this match ended in disqualification. That's how I feel. You know? Why can't just climb the thing and take it off? Boom,
do
we
it
have a
right
decisive
the first
finish.
time so you don't have to do it right the second time.
I don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't get it.
I mean, like, look, I get learning from your mistakes, but they didn't learn from their mistakes, so they did the exact same finish to do with the Carmella spot.
Yeah, but I don't want to kill this too much. I did like the match.
That was literally the only part of the match that made me mad. Everything else I loved.
Yeah. There were some things that were so stupid that we really need to talk about. But overall, this was very entertaining. I was entertained. You know, I didn't feel like this dragged at all, but I had fun watching it because it was just a bunch of people beating the shit out of each other inside WWE headquarters. And
oh wait, I'm lying. The food fight made me mad too. I just said that. Like the food fight and the stupid Otis.
I just don't like.
And I love Otis. I'm actually happy he won. But like that's if you're gonna have Otis win, have him climb the ladder. Have him struggle with AJ Styles on top of the ladder and take it. I don't know. Like have the guy who wins the match be the one to climb the ladder. That's the point of a ladder match.
Yeah. We'll see. So, okay, Becky, as we're recording this on the Monday, the Raw after Money in the Bank pay-per-view. So, Becky's going to confront whoever won the match. So, Asuka. I don't know. I mean, I guess what they could do is, you know, I guess Asuka could.
Is Becky going to challenge the person holding Money in the Bank?
That would be the stupidest shit.
Because they've been doing that. They've been having champions challenge challengers.
Dumb. They could just have a thing where Asuka just plays with her. Like, am I going to tease her now? Or whatever. You could do that. She can cash in for a pay-per-view match, which would be better in my opinion. I'm just sick of the That's another thing.
I'm sick. Yeah, we talked about this. I'm so sick of like everyone copying Edge.
Yeah. Okay, so now in 2020, because we've had this conversation before, where do you stand on the Money in the Bank cash-in concept?
I think going forward, it should be something that looks more professional. Because, like, okay, look, and it's also like having that briefcase, the contract in the briefcase, is a perfect reason to have a contract signing because the person can bring the Money in the Bank to the contract signing, and you can make it official. You can make it look professional. You can have people just cut promos on each other. Simple. That's what I love in wrestling, simplicity. But they like to make at least WWE, they kind of like to make, like, they don't want to be like everyone else, but in the worst ways. They try to make things all wacky and silly, or like, I don't know, like, in an attempt to be different. But at the same time, you're kind of pigeonholing yourself.
I think the Money in the Bank concept, the cash-in concept, to me, it's like, it's just, I'm done with it. I just don't need to see people randomly running in, heading the briefcase, doing one move.
Randomly.
1, 2, 3. It's like, it's so terrible. I think it cheapens the title. I love the way RVD did it.
He's the only one that did it like that, isn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
Wasn't it?
No, John Cena.
Yeah, but like, didn't John Cena beat someone else for the briefcase?
Yeah.
He beat Damian Sandow.
And then he cashed it in for something.
I don't even remember.
He cashed it in for a match, but I don't remember. Yeah, but anyway, I think
that's the problem.
Yeah, the running in and winning. No, I'm not with it. I'm not with it at all. I think it's run its course because we're 10 years into the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, 15 years into the Money in the Bank concept. I think it was the most interesting the first 2 years because when Edge did it the first time, it was a surprise. He had it for months since WrestleMania 21 April till January 2006. He just held it. And then, boom, he cashed it in randomly right after John Cena went through the Elimination Chamber.
It was actually random. No one expected it.
Yeah, and Edge was a big heel. It just got big heel.
It was like Thanos winning at Infinity War. It was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Like,
another obstacle for John Cena to overcome. I thought it was good stuff. The year after, he cashed it in on John Cena strategically. He's like, I'm going to cash it in. At ECW One Night Stand.
Yeah, RVD. Like, RVD, like, Because he's a baby face, he's a good guy, so he's not gonna do the dastardly thing. He's gonna cash it in for a match officially.
But when you think about it, I thought it was really dastardly because he cashed in an ECW one night stand.
Oh, he knows
the crowd there is gonna eat him alive, and he thought that the crowd's gonna get to him, and then you're gonna slip up, and I'm gonna beat you. I thought it was great stuff, and RVD won. It was perfect. But in years after, it was just kind of the same thing. And guess what?
Someone's randomly cashing in the Money in the Bank. Like, you notice how, like, for years now, whenever someone would win a big title match, like, whenever someone would win a title match, while someone was Money in the Bank, everybody would look to the entrance and wait, who's going to come out? Like, we expect it. It's not random anymore. It stopped being random a long time ago.
I know. And guess what? After the first 2 years of the Money in the Bank, all the cash-ins meant very little.
We don't even remember half of them.
There's a few things that like stick out. CM Punk winning twice because CM Punk became CM Punk, and Ziggler cashing in because it was right after WrestleMania, but it didn't really go anywhere after that.
Again, Ziggler?
Del Rio. Alberto Del Rio. So, and then nothing really happened after. You think he lost a pay-per-view after, so who cares? And Seth Rollins cashing in because he did it at WrestleMania, and he had the title for like a whole summer. I think he had the title until he got hurt. Yeah,
he did. Yeah, until he got hurt.
So that was okay, but I just think overall, I don't know, man. I'm just over it. I'm over it.
Because it's not, like I said, like, you kind of know what to expect unless they actually do something different or have someone, I don't know, at least have Otis cash this in officially. Like, I don't know, like, a good guy should, like, not like, I remember when Daniel Bryan cashed in on the Big Show randomly, right? Daniel Bryan was a good guy. It's just so weird to watch.
No, he was a bad guy at that time.
He was? Okay.
Yeah.
But, I don't know.
And, last year, Brock cashing on Seth. Okay, I get it. It's Brock, big asshole, fine.
He did do that. I forgot about that. But he won Money in the Bank.
Yeah. And then Bayley won it that night and cashed it in that night. Whatever, you got it over with.
Yeah, but it's the same thing Dean Ambrose did. That's the same thing Moxley did when he won the Money in the Bank. He cashed in that night.
Every year they do it, it's less memorable. It just blends into all the other ones. I think they should just do something different. At least hold it off for a while or cash it in for an actual pay-per-view match and then build up the pay-per-view match. I don't know. I'm sick of it.
Like, at least like when New Japan, they do the G1, whoever wins, they have it set. Like, you have a match for Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah.
So you can't use that before Wrestle Kingdom. You might lose it before Wrestle Kingdom, but that it's a match for Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, it seems more professional that way. Like, I don't know, you guys, not like it has to look legitimate, but it's like, it's believable, like, okay, like, they're having this contract signing for the Money in the Bank, but they never utilize it like that.
I just think the title should be made a big deal, and having an opportunity like this should be made a big deal, and not just cheapened and just being allowed to be used. At least they should, like, take away a clause, like, the cash in whenever you want, anytime, any place. It should be a pay-per-view or a TV or Monday Night Raw or SmackDown of your choosing. It can't just be whenever the fuck you want, anytime, any place. There needs to be some sort of boundaries because, again, we're 15 years into this concept. We need to keep it fresh. And just doing the exact same thing you've been doing for 15 years it's kind of ridiculous. It's antiquated.
Like, you can have Otis, like, I don't know, like, scout Braun Strowman or, like, start watching his matches. Like, at least from backstage or whoever. Like, like, not to pick an opportunity to, cash in on him, but, like, study his opponent. Okay, when I cash in on this date, I want to be ready for this guy. If he's a good guy doing that. Because I just imagine I'm just going to make him Otis cash it in, quote-unquote, randomly.
Yeah, I mean,
I won't care.
the amount of creativity that went into the Money in the Bank match, I think the same energy needs to go into how the briefcases are used, especially during this time with no crowd, no nothing. This is the perfect opportunity to be creative. Do whatever you want, but just make it interesting. A lot of people we can see in the ratings, not just in the ratings, but in general, a lot of people aren't feeling empty arena wrestling. So I think personally that AEW has been doing it the best. so far. You know, I think Stardom did one earlier that I have to check out. Triple A's been doing empty arena shows. Impact's been doing empty arena shows, but it's just been kind of, you know, whatever.
Well, their shows normally feel like empty arena shows.
What?
Their shows normally felt like empty arena shows. You know,
I went to Impact taping. It was fucking great. The crowd was, they were into everything. But anyway, I don't know. Be creative, you know? I don't know. But again, Money in the Bank this year was better than most years, and you know, some of the undercard matches were kind of just there.
Probably the best Money in the Bank ladder match in a while.
Yeah.
The most entertaining one in a while.
Yeah, it was.
Even though half the ending was crap. But at least, like, you know, like, on the women's side, it ended, like, great. It was great. On the women's side, it was some great storytelling going on. Despite, you know, how they made Dana Brooke look. Yeah. But, you know, you had Asuka, like, getting the jump at everybody from the start. And it paid off.
You know, one more thing about the Drew and Seth match. I love the end. When Seth was
when he shook his hand.
He was like, be a man and shake my hand. Like, Drew came off like a fucking gladiator. You know?
It kind of reminded me...
Great.
It kind of reminded me when Randy Orton won the title, when he beat Benoit, and Benoit, like, was like, be a man, shake my hand. Like, it kind of reminded me of that. It
was great. Good stuff. Anything else on Money in the Bank?
No, it was only 2.5 hour show. So the best parts. Some of my favorite parts were when the commentary wasn't there.
Yeah.
When they came back in, it was like.
Well, yeah, you know, this has been a very short caucus. You know, talking about a very short show. Great, short and sweet. That's the name of the game. And this is the Wrestling Caucus. I'm Peter A.
I'm Smiley Ariaga.
You can subscribe anywhere you get podcasts. Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher. I don't care where you get them, as long as you're listening. And follow us on Facebook and Instagram at The Wrestling Caucus, Twitter at Wrestling Caucus. And we'll be doing some more streams. Maybe I shouldn't put the plural on there.
Can I do a shameless plug?
Okay.
Yeah, the Mad Cow EP is now in Bandcamp. SmileyAriaga.bandcamp.com.
Oh, that's right. Smiley makes music.
Yeah, I do. I do make that sometimes. Well, yes.